Hello, Kyle here. In a previous video, I believe I declared myself the undisputed LEGO champion of the world, or something equally hyperbolic. It was in my Kyle in Korea series, and I was playing with a no-name brand that I had just found in the grocery store and wanted to play with because LEGO's awesome. Every single time I've tried a cheap knockoff version of LEGO, I've been sorely disappointed. Usually the main issue is that the pieces just don't stick together, and considering that's the entire point of LEGO is to stick blocks together, when they don't stick, it's not worth playing with, which is why I'm sure, like every other kid, you find that cheap LEGO knockoff, you mix it with your Legos, and then you spend the next week trying to dig out those crappy pieces from your real LEGO so you can throw them out and actually have a toy that works. This is a cheap knockoff called kre-o, and it's Star Trek themed. It was a gift from my mother. It does say it's intended for ages 7 to 14. I'm 33, which is a little bit more than 14, but you know what, I'm going to try this anyway, and I'll let you know if the toy still works. I think it does, because I already built the little mini Sulu. A lot of the knockoff Legos seem like they come from small, nothing, no-name companies where, you know, all the inadequacy of their products can be explained by sheer incompetence or lack of resources. However, this knockoff is by Hasbro, so any failings on the part of this product, I'll have to assume are a result of corporate greed and not incompetence, although it could be both. All right. Stickers, I always hate those. Oh, and here's the little Spock. I've already opened the characters and instructions. So one thing I'm noticing is the kre-o instructions don't follow the LEGO paradigm of graying out or fading out all of the pieces you've already built. So this one, they do have some arrows that might make it a little more clear, I don't know. Visually, the instructions look very nice. Oh, there's a nice glossary in the back. This takes batteries? Okay, so step one is to take the pieces out of the box. But the instructions were also in the box. How would I have known? Because the instructions are under all the pieces. Probably a bad idea for me to do this on a table with such wide cracks where pieces can fall between. If I lose a piece, I can always 3D print myself a replacement. Feels weird, you know, building Star Trek stuff and then joking that, you know, well, I have access to real life replicators now if I lose a piece. Oh, okay. Oh, all right, so 1, 2, 3, 8. Apparently this piece here is the erupting volcano. On to the shuttlecraft. I need a weird white piece. I will need a light gray 1x4 with 1 bumps. And I need a light gray 4x4 bumps. Yeah, see, they always seem to have these little hollow pegs for some reason that they don't show in the illustration. Okay, more gray 1x4s. Yeah, these instructions are not nearly as clear as regular LEGO. The green arrows help surprisingly little. So gray 1x6 bumps. There we go. Like that. Okay, and then the piece of the very obvious corporate branding apparently goes underneath. Okay, white, reverse triangle. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I need some double red pieces. And gray bumps. Oh, yeah, pieces are falling off easier than I'd like. But most of the pieces are actually holding together. I've not used a LEGO knockoff before where the pieces actually hold together like this, so far so good. White 1x8 and black 1x2. So the tolerances aren't quite as good as real LEGO. I'm noticing some pieces are a little loose and others are a little tight. I'm thinking that these hollow pieces are designed just as a quick glance to make it easier to judge if it's a 1x6 or a 1x8. It's actually kind of a neat idea. All right, let's see this. Okay, the smooth 1x6 way. I am a fan of this way of constructing when the instructions kind of have you build separate modules and then snap them together, because it's really satisfying to watch things come together quickly. Nice. Okay, so now I need the large 4x8, and I need funky. Oh, I need that piece, I need the other super weird piece. Tea is good. Pull up this little tab. Oh, And, okay, so this little red thing is a little light. That's actually kind of cool. Oh, and it's got a screw, so it looks... Oh yeah, the watch batteries actually look replaceable. That's a really nice touch. 2 hollow grays, and a shaft to shove through both of them. There's the Lego shaft. Mechanical thing? Okay, there's supposed to be 2 of those little gray shaft pieces. The molding isn't... There's a lot of variation in the way they molded that. Okay, so eventually the piece will slide down like that. That's kind of neat. If you were a Lego piece, where would you be? Okay, now I need some of these black pieces with front-facing holes. Okay, now some of these 2 bump slopes. Oh, blue items. Wow, that feels good. Okay, now the side girders. Okay. Oh, these... What kind of a knot does it suggest? Okay, so around... Oh, it's a half hitch. That's what they give instructions for how to tie a half hitch. I'm gonna put in a second one. Wait, 1x2, just cap these off. Okay, so wait, 1 by something, another gray piece, and a smooth 1x2, a red single square, back to the front, a gray smooth piece, bam, the window, bam, 2 on these sides, there. Okay, now it looks like I'm getting into some of the wing pieces. And more of these funky red pieces. Okay, blue 1x2s. Okay. And again, right side up, upside down. Yeah, this is frustrating. Some are too loose, some are too tight. Oh, that's actually an interesting way to have the pieces connect together. I mean, it certainly looks nice. And another one, just snap on the side. Okay, thank God, these red pieces all come off. I guess they're just there to make it easier while you're building. Do a second half hitch, because one is never enough. Thing with half hitches, if you don't know how to tie knots, tie lots. Alright, so Sulu in the captain's seat. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah! Spock gracefully falls out of the shuttlecraft. And then the volcano erupts. Ah! And now there's some stupid line about a cold fusion bomb. And then we forget the whole fucking movie ever existed. The construction has some interesting differences from Lego. They make more choices, I think, for aesthetics. Lego, to me, is often... The way it's built is a little more structural. This has a lot of gaps and stuff that seem like it's designed to minimize the pieces they need to include, minimize the weight. I ran into problems where some pieces stuck together too well and wouldn't fit easily, whereas other pieces wouldn't fit at all and just kept falling apart. As it turns out, most of those crappy pieces that kept falling apart were just temporary placeholders, sort of like scaffolding so other areas could be built more easily. So that part's less disappointing than it was in the end than it was when I was building it. Okay, well, now I can... I don't know.